No.
When the sun goes down on my side of town.
So good.
All right,
Now
cut it off.
back to it.
We're gonna be getting
No
copyright
copyright.
strike.
None of that.
Brooks and Dunn are cool though.
They are cool. We wouldn't get a
When
copyright
the sun
strike.
goes down.
We don't have
So
enough
good.
subs.
My
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I knew
man.
like Kenny Chesney is a good one, and
That was a good
I
song.
knew what you were talking about, but yeah, that was not the one. The sun goes down.
Yeah,
what
that
I
one,
was thinking
that's
of.
a fire. That's fire. But so
Yeah.
is Kenny Chesney's song. So fuck it. They're both good songs.
You might have fire crotch. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Does
know
he?
about Kenny.
Who knows?
Big
What does that mean?
KC.
Fire
Firecrotch?
It depends. It could just mean you have
STDs.
ginger pews, or it
Right,
might. It
that's what I
means that
thought.
you have fucking STDs and your fucking dick
Oh.
is burning off.
Either way, it can't be good. It's not. It's not. a
Either
good
way,
thing.
should just end yourself.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a good. Thing.
Ginger pubes,
yeah,
not worth
respectively.
living.
Yeah.
Right.
Not worth living.
Imagine having a
respectively.
soulless
Yeah.
cock.
You still get
Yeah.
emails from Twitter?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
checking your emails during a podcast?
No, I'm multitasking. There's a lot of
No, turn that shit off.
there's a lot of shit that's happening.
Oh,
I gotta verify with me.
All right, we're done with that. Welcome,
No.
everybody. Episode, shit, I don't even know it. 77.
77.
I
Yep.
never forget
Yep.
that shit.
Tim.
77. So, we just get busier and busier by, every single time we finish an episode, we get busier. So,
Yep.
with that, not a ton of planning for this episode,
Yeah.
but that's
It's
okay.
perfect.
Last episode was pretty sick. There wasn't a lot of planning for that one, but it turned out pretty
Yeah.
sweet. So,
Yeah.
It was
Well,
pretty cool.
there hasn't been much planning for a while because
honestly.
it took 2 weeks to do the rat race one.
True.
Yep.
So in 2 weeks we couldn't figure anything out because then we said fuck it, we'll do rat race because we can't figure anything out. And then we
So what
almost
happens when
canceled
sports
this.
doesn't happen.
And then we almost
Man, remember that.
canceled this episode because we had nothing to talk about.
Right.
So what have we been doing
Yeah, Dilly.
for the past
Man.
month, huh? Let's
Been a
just
lot
get
going on.
let's go around in the group kumbaya circle and give everybody
Kumbaya.
My,
a nice little update. What slice of excitement have you been up to?
man,
Right.
I've been
What do you get going?
I've been
What you doing, me?
Yeah, what
been
are you really
working
doing?
on my car a little bit. My car a little bit.
How much?
I repainted the front area, the front lip,
Yeah.
the lip because it scrapes. Well, it's,
Cool.
Yeah, it scrapes
Okay.
a lot.
How far
So
is
anyways,
it?
yeah,
How far
continue.
is it from the ground?
The Weeman W?
Yeah, the women.
The
It's
Weeman
been,
W?
it has very close. The lip itself is like probably 2
What's the
inches from
drink
the ground.
also? We forgot about that.
Yeah, let's back up a little bit. Drink first. We got black cherry cream gourmet soda made with cane sugar because regular sugar. I don't know what's the deal with regular sugar. Is it
I
just
thought it was
for diabetics or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Can't have
but
it. Or no?
real sugar's
cane
not
sugar.
that bad for you. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you
better
kind of
than-
need it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Not a
yeah.
lot, but a little bit.
It's Henry Weinhard's.
So why'd you get this?
Well,
yeah, you can't just go for regular IBC cream soda.
yeah, I took a look at it, and I saw. Well, the first thing I saw was another flavor. It said vanilla. It's just vanilla cream. Vanilla cream soda or something.
Regular cream
vanilla,
soda?
Vanilla soda. I don't even know what it is. Is that what that is? Vanilla? No, cream soda's. No, it's
yeah,
different.
I think
Yeah.
it is vanilla. Yeah.
Is cream soda vanilla?
I think it's I don't know.
It's a
I
debate.
swear it had. Okay, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Not big of
Sorry.
a cream soda drinker myself, but
But
It's good, but yeah, I don't
it's
know.
it's very sugary. Cream soda is very good, but yeah. So I just saw this and I was like, black cherry. It seems interesting. I like black cherry. I like black cherry ice cream. Like black cherry. They got
Ice
really
cream?
good.
Black
yeah,
Betty
yeah,
and
boo, black yeah.
Black cherry. Bam, ba-dam.
Exactly.
So
So-
I was with you when you got this.
Yeah.
I still have no idea why you got it, but you almost got. You didn't want to do it probably because of the price, but
Oh no, I swear it wasn't. I swear it wasn't. But go ahead, explain.
well,
I want
I'll
people
ask that after. But
to false label on me.
you almost got. No, you do it to yourself.
No, you fuck it.
Everybody
we'll
can
finish this
attest, So you almost got a Ghost energy drink, Mel. Have you seen those before? Ghost energy drinks.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Oh,
Really?
man, I love this. Is gonna
The
be a
no
good
sugar,
topic
the
right
no,
here.
Yeah.
no everything.
Yeah, that's a good topic. Yeah, we'll get into fucking energy drinks and all this and that. Yeah,
Love to
that's
do
a
that.
fucking
Let's
fun thing.
Crack.
That's-
I'm gonna crack mine.
So, but
You were
What?
drinking one a second ago, were you?
no, I was just drinking a Monster. But
Well, yeah, no.
here's the
energy
thing.
drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have a Monster. So here's the thing, though.
Right.
I don't think Dilly's confident enough to say that this is going to be a good drink. I think he instantly regretted buying it. You know why I think that?
No, dude, that's what I like.
Why?
Because
That's
it's a
what I would
6-pack and he only brought 3. He's assuming that we're going to all
Oh.
drink
I was
one
gonna
and
say
be
that.
like,
No, I
no,
assume
we're
that,
good.
No,
we
I
don't
s-
need another.
I assumed that everyone wasn't
We
a
don't
fat
need-
fuck and wanted
I-
to drink more than
we don't need another one.
I thought
I was gonna say that before the episode started. I saw 3 of them still over there. I'm like, why not just bring the whole 6-pack?
I don't know.
He doesn't think it's worth it.
No, I. That's good. It's good.
It's honestly way
But
harder
it's
to hold 3 of them than the whole 6-pack because you just hold them as a handle. Well, you're just not handing us some. Come on, bro. It's your drink.
I thought. Well, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. They're really good. They're not cold.
Why are they not cold, Dilly?
I'm not freezing.
Yeah, they're decent.
They're all right. I mean, it's like a good, when you're at the kids' table at the family barbecue.
That's exactly what it is.
It's
Yep.
like
That's
the
exactly what
sparkling
it is.
soda,
This fucking
you know?
hits different as a kid, though. I tell you what.
Yeah.
It does. My eyes
You're
are
like,
water
holy
after
shit,
that.
I don't have to
Dude,
just
or
drink
like those
water?
like fucking Kool-Aid fucking things you got after your T-ball game
Oh,
with the
the top, you
the twist top.
Yep.
Were those the ones that are made out of like wax? There were some ones that were made out of.
Yeah, something like that, dude.
Well, the candy things?
Dude, we need to give a.
Or you can rip the top of the candy and they're like.
All I know now
a
that we
drink
bring
that's-
this up
We'll talk about it.
is
Yep.
we need to shake the Hans. And
Hans.
give a huge thanks to the bottle designers of the early 2000s of Gatorades.
Ooh.
Okay.
Without those things, without like the fucking retwist,
Yes.
untwist, with that the T-ball ones,
Iconic.
That was far.
Shit couldn't
anyone
happen.
in our age group would have no clue how to fucking suck a titty.
Thank you, Gatorade.
Well,
Shout out Gatorade. This is
I
what we're
think
talking about.
Long before the Gatorade
why?
bottles,
No.
we were working on tits. But
No, that
No,
that made us fucking
bottles came first.
dude. You know how you
let
get
me go
good
to the
at
hashtag.
you know
What
how
is it?
you know how you get good at shit? Reps.
Yeah.
What were we doing? We were
Reps.
repping.
Unbelievable. We didn't even know what we were preparing for.
Everybody else sucked some titties when they were a baby.
Right.
Fucking forget. Don't know how to do
No,
it
you
anymore.
forget.
And
So
then it
Gatorade
comes
brought
back
it
to
back.
importance when you're trying to fucking tittleize a fucking woman.
To the lies. Yep.
Yeah.
Tittleize a woman. You don't know how to fucking do it. You know what Gatorade said? We said, we're going to fucking, that whole fucking forgetting period,
Yeah.
we're going to fucking put some reps
They
in there.
did God's work, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, it was like C.T. Fletcher.
It does make sense. Like a adult, like a nipple suck.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
fucking titty. It's a titty tester.
titty test. That's
Yeah.
what they should have just called the bottle that.
Yeah.
They should have made all the fucking tops
Yeah.
of Gatorade bottles like that.
Yeah.
So why did now?
You know what I said to bitches on Tinder before I fucking had a lady?
Oh,
What's
this
that?
is good.
I said, you know what? I'm going to fucking please you so well. You're going to fucking squirt like a fire hydrant, and I'm going to suck your titties off like I'm fucking sucking paint off a Gatorade bottle.
sucking paint on my Gatorade bottle. I thought it was just gonna be something simple like
That shit
Yeah,
ain't-
I'm gonna make sure your fucking tits look like Gatorade bottles afterwards.
You know
I'm
those
saying-
orange
twist
cap?
the-
You know
twist
those orange caps on a Gatorade bottle from 2005?
Oh, here we go.
That shit's not going to be orange no more. That's going to be clear once I'm done because I'm so goddamn good.
So when you're
It's got no blood flow.
so
Jesus Christ, that's exactly
No,
how
I'm
it
just
sounds.
joking.
so do you twist the teat as you would with the Gatorade bottle?
Wait,
Some
are you
bitches
actually
think
are you actually asking
This
tips
shit
now?
doesn't.
No,
Dilly's like,
I'm
this
just
is a great opportunity for me to
Yeah.
get tips.
I'm asking for
Yeah,
friends.
for let me ask you this. I'll answer that question with a question. Do you fucking what do you do to a nipple
What
to
do I do,
arouse
nipple?
the woman? What is your method? Every dude has a different method. It's easy as fuck. Why pierced nipples are great. It's so easy to fucking titillate a fucking pierced nipple.
Titillate, yep.
Titillate a
Honestly,
pierced-
I am not a veteran of this, act. I would assume I would just fucking flick it and be like, "Dook, dook, dook, dook. Dook, 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 dook. Wake up now, dook, 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 dook. Come back, dook, dook." And then they wake up, and then it's like, and then maybe it gets a little
Just
bit more,
makes it hard.
a little bit
Oh my
more
God.
firm,
That's
Oh,
I
okay.
did not see that
and then you
coming.
proceed to suck.
I just do like a little nibble. You know?
Nibble, like a little.
you
like
never
a
do no
cookie.
hand tough?
Well, cool.
No hands. What do you mean?
But it's like
Yeah, a nibble
everybody-
good.
You got to go in line. You know, you got to take turns.
You were a fan of SpongeBob, you know?
Oh, big fan.
Big fan of
Yep.
SpongeBob. Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
All right,
I'm
let me hear
fucking, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be hilarious. You remember the episode where Mr. Krabs plays the world's smallest violin? The world's smallest violin is her nipple. Just go.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good analogy,
That's
That's
honestly.
what
the
you gotta
method.
do. You just gotta.
Do you think Mr. Krabs was trying to teach us something? Maybe in that,
Well,
it's
there is
bikini
a lot.
bottom.
There is a
Yes.
Sandy cheeks, bikini bottom.
Sandy. What do you think?
And
Would you?
Would I? Sorry. Anyways, yeah.
That's a good analogy. So that's
Yeah,
your
that's pretty
move.
good.
That's your secret sauce.
Yep.
It was so easy with the pierced nipples. Every
Yeah.
single time you do a little
We
bit,
just grab the sides of the piercing and then just fucking.
do that, or like in a little up and down, so you're like squeezing the nipple with the piercing inside, and
that's
then
pretty
they're
good.
like,
That's
"What
pretty good.
the fuck?" And it's like, it's so fucking good. It's like I wouldn't know, and it doesn't make sense, but I'll fucking do it.
Whatever.
I'll make it work.
Wow.
So now Dilly just wrote all that down.
Yep, I have it.
Yep.
In
It's
dome.
locked
Locked
in.
in dome, not coming out.
So
Dilly just has the video of fucking Mr. Krabs playing it about. He's like, all right, I got
Okay.
it. I got it while I
got
was
it.
doing it.
He's like, okay, another analogy. Cranking up the heat on a stove. Okay.
Crank it up.
He's giving him
Crank up that heat, baby.
Dilly fucking cranks it too hard. He gives her like a nipple twister.
He gets a girl.
twist.
He finds a chick with fake titties, and he pops the bag.
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
So clearly,
Houston, we've got a leak.
there's people that have played with titties
Right.
that are men,
Right.
and then there's someone that hasn't played with titties that's not a man, and that one did not brought the self-identified as the kids' table drink. So
Hey.
for the men,
It's been a while. It's been a while since I have
Pub beer.
Oh,
we've
okay.
got pub beer. I
That's what
honestly,
you really?
we never can trust Dilly to actually remember. So
I'll take one, Dilly. I'm done with that.
Oh, man, well, that
honestly,
wasn't
like it felt
respectful.
like I was getting cavities while I was drinking it.
Yeah, it's
so.
actually really sugary. I don't even know if I'm. It's
You
a lot
want pub beer?
I'm all good. I'm good.
Alright.
I think it's definitely. When I was younger, they used to be good, but I think now it's definitely a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it's just like the fucking.
Just sugar
We've
in my-
talked about
40
it before.
grams.
We've talked about it on the
God dang.
podcast before,
That's
but like
something.
those cosmic brownies,
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
like those shit fucked when you were in second grade.
So good, but now they're so bad.
Yeah, you eat
Not
one of
like
them
so
shits now, and you
bad.
just want to throw up in Walmart.
Yeah.
Literally
You want to
not
go
good.
back to Walmart because you bought them at Walmart.
You know that
then
icing
throw up.
at grocery
Yeah.
stores that's like just tastes like it's always tasted like, but it tastes like paint almost like
Yeah.
icing they put on
I know what you're
cakes.
talking about.
Yeah.
That shit
Yeah.
was always. I couldn't believe people would eat that shit.
You know
I'm like,
that-
what's going on?
Those You know what I couldn't stand was the icing on those cookies. I think they were only sold at like Walmart. They're like, bro, I
like
mean,
the
I just-
sugar
The
cookie thing?
sugar cookies with the thick icing. I
Yeah,
could
the
never-
soft ass ones.
Yeah.
Those I hate those.
I hated those too. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Everybody loved those.
Everyone did, and now you have them now, and you're like,
Uh,
no shit. My parents
God.
never ate any of these, and it was always the kids.
I always
Yeah.
hated them. I always hated them.
You
I
always
never
hated them?
got them.
Oh, I fucking
Okay.
found them delectable.
yeah.
No.
But
I-
now it's
I
just
never
like,
fucked with them ever.
nah.
Weird. Low-key, it's like, I don't know, just make me want to gag. I'd take a bite of them, and I was like, ooh.
I got a question.
Yeah.
We were
go
talking
ahead.
about like the sporting events is with the Gatorade nipple.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was the greatest like pre-game, post-game, or halftime snack or drink
Ooh.
for sports? Dilly, you play
Like
a lot
as
of
if-
sports.
Oh, like what I ate during, what
Yeah,
what I ate
correct.
when I was,
How many sports did you
playing?
play when you were a kid? Yeah.
I played a lot when I was a kid, but too young to remember.
No.
I played soccer,
How young
Baseball.
are we talking?
7,
Yeah.
probably.
It's
And
quite a
then-
bit ago.
And my parents were like, this guy does not want to play sports. And then I was like, fuck yeah, fucking cars, dirt bike. And they're like, what's wrong with him?
Oh God.
And then I played,
What a failure.
but
Hmm.
no, fuck. Fuck up. But, so what are you talking about? Like favorite snack during?
Yeah, he doesn't know. Clearly.
I-
So like rec league,
Alright.
every single week you did your rec league, whatever. All the parents would be like, okay, this week
Oh, they bring
the
food.
fucking Adams are gonna bring the after game thing, and then the next week the fucking Smiths, and then after that it's the fucking Davids
Yeah.
and whatnot.
We had, in early high school when I played lacrosse. They had like the
That was high
parents-
school. What the fuck? This is like rec league t-ball.
No
Oh, bro, we
kidding.
had it after practice. We'd have the fucking parents. They brought like some chili and shit and whatever. I don't know if that's normal. but-
Practice?
Yeah, after practice.
What the fuck?
Chili?
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, you got a fucking buffet and stuff," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm going home. I'll leave."
On a
It's
real
like,
note,
okay.
this guy's a bandwagoner.
Following
First
people.
time our fucking high school ever wins lacrosse.
I know.
State
Hey,
lacrosse.
I wasn't the only one.
Very next year, Dilly's like, I think I'm going to go onto the
Well,
lacrosse team. Now that I see what success looks like, I might as well head over there.
Well, I tried to give it a shot. I thought it would be fun, and little did I know that's
It's-
where I realized
You
competition.
have to be serious to win state.
I really realized. I swear to God, my whole time in my life until I was a sophomore in high school, I heard, you hear about competition, but I thought it was gonna be fun. It was nothing. It was hell. It was not fun. They're
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean,
they're
if
like,
you-
coach, start running, and I'm like, I want to play the game, and they're like, no, you're gonna run. I'm like, why would I run? I want to play the game. Like this makes no sense, and I couldn't grasp it. And then, anyways,
That's
yeah,
just so fucking
ahead.
funny.
yeah.
Lacrosse is pretty sick too.
It's pretty
Like
fun. It's good.
I would have fucking loved that shit. Actually.
Now I feel like I'll like it. Back then I didn't really understand it, but now I
Mhm.
feel like it would be fun.
What did you not understand?
Are you gonna?
No,
throw
I'm just
attitude at me?
asking. No, I'm just asking.
I didn't do.
I still don't understand lacrosse. Like
I didn't.
the whole
underst-
like when you have to pass, when you don't have to pass, when can you run? When
It's a
can you
lot.
not run.
It's a lot similar to like hockey. So
Hmm.
put it into like hockey stint, like offsides and stuff like that. It's very similar. Like past half,
I didn't
kinda-
understand.
it's
Oh.
kind of offsides, and then
Mhm.
I've never played, and I've watched like a handful of games, so I barely know what I'm talking about. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But like, there's like power plays, same thing.
Mm.
Same.
It's really similar to hockey.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
very similar, and obviously you can go behind the goal and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I know
similar
the
a lot of.
Colorado Mammoth are defending champs.
They've
Yeah.
always been really good.
Yeah. Are the Mammoth and the Outlaws in the same league?
I think the
No,
Outlaws are
No.
better.
I don't think so.
Or the
Are there
Mammoths.
two different lacrosse leagues?
I think so. At the Outlaws,
Because I know the Outlaws play
they're
at
outdoor.
I think.
yeah, they're outdoor. They
So
play
it's-
at the same
that's-
field as the Empower field.
Okay, that's the difference. There's an
Mm.
outdoor league and an indoor league.
Oh, and the
That's the
Mammoth are
difference.
indoor.
Correct.
They play at Ball Arena.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you seen a game?
No.
It's pretty entertaining, actually. The indoor. It
I went when I was young.
Totally seems like a meme.
Yeah, they like
But-
kept on
Yeah.
like doing these raffles and stuff like that, and like fundraisers where like kids could go to a Mammoth game in elementary school, and I was like, that's kind of cool. And then like I saw the people that were really really into it, and I was like, nah.
I think this is something even for someone that doesn't love sports like Dilly.
Yeah, I hate it.
All
Let's
right, well,
clarify.
all right, just up it
Say
a
anything
level.
about a sport, I'm leaving that area immediately, unless I'm forced.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
but going to a sporting event,
Yeah.
as a kid, gas.
It was fun. I think when I was a kid, because
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think
When
about.
you're watching, it's
winning.
only fun.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, it
That's a
depends.
good point.
If you're a hardcore fan, then it's never
It's
fun.
stressful. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But it's good to be competitive. Good to be a
Like
fan. Good to
Colorado.
be passionate about something at the same time. You know.
yeah, the
Not hating
fucking
all that.
you know what indoor. This is a funny analogy. You know what indoor lacrosse reminded me of? Just for you haven't gone, just like dodgeball, the movie.
Oh,
That's exactly
yeah.
how it felt. Just a total fucking meme like that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it felt. No disrespect to the players or anything, but it was just like there'd be goal, then there'd be fucking cheerleaders fucking flash at the stands. Everybody'd be fucking shotgun and beers in the stands.
You're
I'm
like, what is
this
happening?
is fucking sweet. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah, that's the extent I remember. But
Fair enough.
so I think, well, Orange's halftime. Again, for back to playing sports as a kid, Orange's at halftime, undefeatable. I think there's nothing like an orange at halftime.
Orange at halftime
Yeah.
when kids were trying to be
What
dope.
sports did you play?
I did baseball,
Okay, same.
and then I did soccer for a couple of things,
Yep.
and I did swim team one
Oh,
year.
I
Oh,
think-
Buddy Fox, huh? Sorry.
Hmm?
Nothing. Swim.
Hmm.
That's good.
Stand up
That's a good
straight.
thing. Okay.
Stand up straight.
Clap back. Okay. I wasn't even. I wasn't at you.
So baseball,
Just to
soccer,
support
and
you.
swimming.
Swimming one year. That was literally just to shut up my family
Okay.
because my sister
How
was
old were you then?
must have been like 4th grade.
Oh wow, young. Okay.
5th grade, something like that.
Okay.
It might have been middle school. No, yeah, it was like I think it was like end of elementary school or something like that.
Gotcha.
Because my brother was swimming since he was 3
Right.
and whatnot, and so yeah, he was like the second he could be on a swim team, he was on a swim team.
He
was always really good at it. It was like varsity his first
Yeah.
year in high school and this and that.
I
Was
remember
like
that, yeah.
they tried to push him towards fucking going to the CU Boulder swim team as
Okay.
well. He didn't do that. He was smart enough to say, no, I'm not an Olympian. And all this and that.
Yep.
And then my sister just joined in and did it too. So it was just me saying, no, I do not want to do swim team.
Right.
And they would always do like these swim meets that would take the whole entire day. And I would
Ugh.
just like kind of show up and do nothing.
Right.
But I knew everyone there because my siblings did it.
Yep.
So finally after years and years of them going like, do it, I was like, okay, fine, fuck you. I'll do one fucking season.
Yeah.
I actually did pretty fucking good too.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
It was fine. Like
Yeah.
I was actually decent at fucking doing swim team. Like if I really worked hard at it, I probably could have done really well. But I was just like, the culture and everything else is just fucking annoying.
Yeah, I have no idea. It would be pretty interesting though to, kind of compete in that sport. What would you think? Oh, Dilly could never. But
Well, hey,
can you swim?
Yeah. Well, not. I mean, yeah, I can swim. I'm not gonna say not really. I can swim.
Not really. I can float for maybe
mean,
30 seconds.
You could chuck me in. Like it's not like I'm a fucking Navy SEAL and you can get me to go swim miles and miles and you know.
Of course.
But I mean, I could. Yeah, I could probably swim. I didn't grow up like swimming though.
No?
What you mean?
Swim lessons?
Sincerely. Never.
No.
Maybe. Not never. Maybe.
Maybe.
I
Really
was
young?
Probably 5.
Like,
Yeah.
how fast do you think you can swim 50 meters?
I
Two lengths of the pool, down and back.
Oh, bro, way too long. I don't know. I don't know. I'd be
Way
out of
too
breath.
long. There's only so slow you can go. You're going to
Well,
fucking sink.
I don't know. When I say I don't know how, I don't know the correct way. I don't know. I just fucking kick my feet.
You don't
and
know
fucking
breaststroke or anything?
Breaststroke,
I know-
freestyle, butterfly, backstroke.
Lost me. I know. I know breast. Is it breaststroke
Breast
or breaststroke?
breaststroke. So
I like my favorite. Yeah, I think I haven't.
freestyle,
Yeah.
No, I
butterfly.
I just flail my arms and you know
He looks
put them in the general direction. It's like
looks
a dog.
frog in the water.
But I know how to stay afloat. That's the important part.
Mm.
That's the part I learned.
That is.
I
How
don't know.
long, though?
You were screaming pretty hard at the river. I don't know.
Hey, well, that's
Ooh.
a put me on blast like. I was help me. No, it's because I was folding. I'll tell you what's happening. My
folding.
tube,
You're always folding.
my tube was fucking. I'm so small. My knees were going to my chest, and I was fucking falling in my
no,
tube.
that's when you
I'm
work
like,
out your abs and straighten out.
No, I couldn't just fucking. I was
You
folded in
do-
half like a sardine, dude. I
How do
was
you
like, and
please a woman if you can't hip thrust your way out of an inner tube? How can you hip thrust your way into a woman's life?
That's a good question. Oh.
That's the
life
training.
part,
That's
man.
the training I need. Then
Yeah.
hop an inner tube. I got to be stuck in it.
And
I don't
then
know
hip
how
thrust
someone
out.
is that small as an adult. That is amazing.
It is. Well, it was the water. I went the fucking whatever happened, the water and shit and movement, whatever. And I'm folding in half in this thing, and there's no way stopping the river to. You can't be like, hold up, you know,
But
wait
you
a
can
second.
always hip
So-
thrust.
You can always hip thrust. You can hit when in doubt, thrust out. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
all you need.
Fuck.
So
That's pretty good.
That's
that might
pretty
have to
solid
be
one.
the podcast slogan right
might
there.
have to be it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
definitely the title. though.
Yeah, when in
Slogan.
doubt, thrust out.
That's pretty good. Write that down.
Yeah.
Right
Just write that down right now. You have it popped up. So, so I'm trying to think of what other snacks, but I can't really. Besides
I mean,
Origins.
yeah,
that's
it
all I
was
can think
always. I never got mid game, but I always got post game stuff, and it was
Okay.
like the Kool-Aid fucking twist off bottles were always cool.
of. I'm trying to remember those. Visualize them.
There were like the wax, like
yeah.
they were kind of shaped like these regular glass
Okay.
bottle things, and
Yeah.
then they were just like that hard plastic that would cut up your fucking gums and lips
Yeah. Mhm.
that you would
I think I
twist
remember
off.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, those Kool-Aid ones were good. Otter Pops, classic.
Oh God, Otter Pops.
Yeah, dude.
We always would have.
I could crank like 5 of those. Cut them all the tops off.
Also, like you would fucking suck those and like it would fuck up
Oh, yeah, that's
Right-
iconic.
right there.
Oh,
Like
fuck,
you just
I
feel
miss
like
that pain.
like you're
core
like
memory unlocked.
yeah, like you fucking watched Batman and Joker's like, you want to know how I got these scars? And I'm like, $20. $20. It's because of Otter Pops. $20. I'm
Oh, yeah.
betting it's Otter Pops. Like, dude, those things cut the fuck out of them shits.
Saying that next time I watch that movie. We
Did you?
literally just watched that the other day. Dilly had never seen. He hasn't seen that trilogy before.
Say what?
The Batman, no.
Dude, you know there's a new kink that's going to be coming around really quick?
What does he
Internet,
mean by
like,
that?
I'm calling it right fucking now.
Next Halloween, this is it.
Oh, man.
So,
What
like,
is
you
it?
know the fucking Margot Robbie Harley Quinn?
Oh,
yeah,
do I?
she's hot.
Yeah.
We love it. It's good.
It's good.
Very nice one.
So, apparently they're making a Joker 2.
Okay,
Have you seen the Joker?
I've never seen it actually.
Dude, it's
I
fucking
haven't seen
great.
it.
It's so good.
I don't know. After,
Joaquin Phoenix. It's like Batman Begins,
Right.
Dark Knight, Joker, Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
It's better than Dark Knight Rises, I would say. Shut up.
Oh, man,
Siri's
she's always
talking to you.
listening.
Yeah.
So they're making a second one.
Yeah, and there's a Harley Quinn, but it's not like the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn where it's like bubbly, cartoony kind of thing.
Okay.
It's more of a serious, like
Okay.
straightforward,
Right.
but it's
Down
still
to
Harley.
business.
But it's still Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Lady Gaga's playing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a,
So why I'm saying it's not a new kink, but I think this is. I'm just betting right
Lady
now.
Gaga's kind of hot. Come on.
Yeah, just look up Lady Gaga
She's pretty hot.
Joker 2.
He searched up Margot Robbie.
Oh my god.
one more last hit before I Look at
Lady Gaga. Joker. Sorry, this is horrible for the fucking anybody. This isn't good.
Oh man, I mean, talk about a downgrade. That's like buying a Honda.
Jesus Christ.
You have a fucking Ferrari, and then you're like, I think I'll take the Accord. It's like, come on. She's not bad though. That's not even the point of it. She just looks like a good actor.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
I know,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like based off of
Yeah, I could see a lot of that for Halloween.
how the well, not even that. It's just going to be on the hub. And the style of things people are waking off to.
Right.
Because obviously bubbly Harley Quinn putting her tits out in Suicide Squad is pretty easy and self-explanatory in what you're going to jerk off to.
True.
It's pretty self-explanatory. This one's a mental thing that's going to get you horny. Because like the first Joker was really gritty, hard, toughed up, put a mirror to society.
Okay.
Which I would love to talk about that. We can talk about that after this, and that's a more serious topic than jerking off. But with this Joker 2, with Lady Gaga, a lot of people jerked off to Lady Gaga when she was in American Horror Story.
True.
And whatnot.
Yep.
Showing her ass off in that. And that was pretty cool.
Not bad.
But this one, it's going to be like the first one, I feel like a lot of the fucking submissive dudes are going to be coming out in droves for this.
Yeah.
They're going to be like the ones where it's like, I want my bitch to slap me in the fucking face, put a gun in my mouth, and say, suck it, boy.
Wow.
Because I think that's how the fucking movie's going to go, because that's how the fucking first one went. So I think there's going to be a lot of dudes looking up fucking submissive porn on Pornhub, and that's going to be like the fucking top thing when this movie comes out.
That last one?
What are you looking at?
He's going through like 1,000 Margot Robbie pictures right now.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ, dude. No, we all...
Everybody knows what she looks at.
Google.
Or looks like. Because
Yeah.
everybody looks at her.
Like, I think it's going to be the new kink. That $20 when the fucking that movie drops,
Watch Wolf
that's
going to
be like the fucking thing.
Margot Robbie's in
Yeah, fuck yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Like the type of like all the dudes that are like, yeah, I kind of like the idea of a girl stepping on my junk with a stiletto.
Dilly could get into that.
He did raise his
he
he did just raise his eyebrows for it.
He
I think that's going to be like some of the
he
top
likes
shit
bitchy
on
girls.
That's going to be
do
some of the
like-
top shit on the hub.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the movie's going to be huge. Anything
to be.
Harley Quinn is going to be huge on the hub.
Well, it's Joker.
And this type of
and
this type of Harley Quinn, it's just going to be like fucking stilettos on junk, fucking tying up a fucking fat.
That also might be the title.
It's going to be a bunch of fat
junk.
Wall Street dudes fucking coming out, putting ball gags in their mouth and saying, "Do more to me."
Right. Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Just $20. But yeah, so you never saw the Joker?
I never saw the Joker. He never saw the. No.
You need to see the Joker. Stop looking
I
at
have
women.
not. Sorry.
Hold on. Keep it there.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Let me see it.
He's definitely never seen the Joker.
Okay.
I haven't
I have
seen
not.
it. But that's not even close to as crazy as not seeing that Batman trilogy. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
I haven't.
Iconic trilogy.
I just haven't.
Iconic.
One of the best.
One of the best trilogies of all time.
I just never watched.
Not as good as How to Train Your Dragon, but you know.
Now that was different though back in the day. Tell you what,
Dude, that don't give a shit what that fucking thing.
There were.
I
That was
can't. I think I
everywhere.
have seen them all, but I can't remember the last two. I definitely remember
Dude,
the first.
I fucking love them shits.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
was really-
all right, we're going in.
Dude, a million times better than Toy Story.
Oh man, that's a hard.
Toy Story
Yeah.
can suck dick.
Oh,
Shut up.
Fucking Siri wants to fucking chime in.
Beef.
That's a hot take. That is a hot take. Just because
Toy Story's iconic. So.
like crazy iconic.
Yeah.
Are you like
Oh yeah. That's
insanely
what I.
iconic? How many did they make of those? Only 3?
5. They're
Five.
coming out with a 5th,
Oh, okay. They made
which
4.
is also a key fucking big plus. We'll come back to fucking Batman and Joker and all this and
okay.
all that, but now we're just gonna get into the fucking that shot.
Okay. How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. So Toy Story doesn't know when to fucking end.
True.
They're money grubbing, dirty fucking whores
Oh, I do believe it.
at Disney that only want to see $1 bill and they will rape your childhood to get it.
Pretty much all. I think a lot of people in Disney do that. So
Yeah. And hence, like,
Yeah.
why they do all these remakes. Like, the
Right.
remakes are fine and whatever. You can have all these opinions that you like.
Of course.
But just the fact that, like, they won't let something die in the past and be in
Right.
the past and be
That does
cherished
suck.
in the past.
It does ruin your adulthood.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
just so that doesn't sound like
That's
anything.
fine. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so it's like all the things in the past. Like, just leave it alone. DreamWorks
right.
with Shrek, with How to Train Your
that's
Dragon and
right.
all this and that,
Yep.
they understood an ending's an ending, and when we say we're ending it, we're fucking ending it.
They did
Toy
pretty good
Story
with Shrek,
said
yeah.
this is the end after 3. And then they were like, actually, we're going to come out with a 4th one, and fucking Tim Allen's over on a fucking talk show saying, I cried at the end of this one. And then they put out a 4th one, and they say, this is the fucking end. And then now apparently they're coming out with a 5th one because they're like,
It's annoying. Yeah.
you're literally destroying what it is. It's like superhero things where it's like
True.
like you never let the superhero die and they keep on winning things. So then there's like no actual like weight to anything
Suspense or
happening
anything, yeah.
because you know he's going to come back out of it alive.
You know he's going to win every
Like
time.
Toy Story, it's like, you know, there's going to be another Toy Story.
Right.
The How to Train Your Dragons, it's like every single one, and that's why the Dark Knight trilogy was working really well, except
Right.
for kind of the last one, was because they never set it up as there's going to be another movie. They set it up
Right.
as a standalone story. You watching the other ones help, but you don't need it,
Right.
and we can end it right here, and you will be content.
Yeah.
Anything else is just more icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I
good
think
point.
Yeah.
I think after Toy Story, Toy Story 3 was probably the last like iconic. That's the one that I
Yeah.
think I liked. I just remember I liked
Yeah.
that when I was younger.
And also, I've never fucking almost shed a tear watching Toy Story. But I tell you what,
I can't remember, to be
How to
honest
Train
with
Your Dragon 2, when
Oh,
Stoic got killed,
It's been a while.
fucking hurt. It hurt.
It's been a while.
I'll tell you what.
since I've
It's
seen
been
him.
a while.
Been a while. It's been a while since I've seen him. I just don't remember him.
I barely remember him.
A long time.
But,
When did they come in? How to Train Your Dragon come out? The first.
I think the first one, it was in middle school.
yeah.
I think it was like 6th grade for us.
because I remember everyone was talking about it. It was on the radio. It was on TV.
Yeah, I think it was like,
Oh my god,
I think it was probably when we were like in 6th grade or so.
that's insane.
But yeah, it
Let me
was
look it
just
up.
like great. It was also a great fucking learning thing. Because like, I feel like the Toy Story things, even
20.
only the first 2 actually.
Come on, bro.
Jesus Lord.
Sorry, 2010.
There you go.
Maybe.
So I think the first 2 Toy Stories actually had lessons to be taught, and that's also the importance of a great story.
True.
Side note, if you really like this kind of shit, watch Critical Drinker on YouTube.
Oh.
All he does is he's an Irish dude that just fucking haymakers every single movie and reviews them, and it's great. He does not pull a single fucking punch. It's great. Wonderful.
That's what
I
I'm
love
talking
that channel, Critical Drinker.
Okay.
But yeah, with the first 2 Toy Stories, I felt like there was a lesson to be had.
Right. Yep.
Like
I think I
importance
remember
of like family and acceptance in the first one, and then the second one, what was going on in the second one? I forget. Like
Couldn't tell you. No
I can't
idea.
remember what was in the second Toy Story 2. What happened in Toy Story 2?
I can't remember.
I can't even
wish.
remember either.
Fucking
Yeah.
been so long.
Yeah,
Most movies. Can't tell you. Besides Wolf of Wall Street.
yeah. But then with How to Train Your Dragon, the first one,
Yep.
teaching you and showing you being okay to be comfortable with yourself and how to do your own things, even if it's not the status quo.
Right.
Great for Dilly.
True.
Great for
Very,
Dilly.
very important for Dilly.
Yeah, little hiccup. Him
Right.
could be a hero for Dilly.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Love
hey,
it.
I'm not the same as everybody else. I don't like doing the same things as everybody else, but that's okay. And I still can be successful, and I can still succeed, and I can still be accepted, and I can still be happy by not changing
go.
who I am
Right.
to conforming to somebody else. I can do what I want to do, and it still will come out okay.
Yep.
Great
That's true.
fucking
It is.
lessons.
It's a good method.
Yeah. Second one, becoming his own person, becoming more than what just himself and whatnot, and
Well,
becoming
yeah.
a true leader. That's great
Yep.
too.
That's good.
Right.
And then the third one, learning and understanding when to say goodbye and when you have to say, I have to do it on my own, and it's more important for somebody else or something else to fulfill itself than hold it back for my own benefit.
Yeah,
Those are some heavy fucking big lessons.
Yeah.
it's true. No, it is pretty good. So, obviously, Toy Story was made long before. They were like early 2000s, something like that. At least the first
Yeah.
couple.
And I mean, I will fucking bitch and moan and gripe and be pissed off as well if I ever see that they're coming out with a How to Train Your Dragon 4.
Ooh.
If they come
Yeah.
out with another one, like I'll be like, all right, sick, you fucking ruined it.
Yep. That would be messed up. Because they need to go down, like you said, go down history, be done.
Yeah.
Be iconic. They are iconic.
Well, yeah, just
Just
create
leave it.
another universe story, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
different
exactly.
Movie, different.
That's like the same gripe I have with all of these like fucking remakes of what is it? Of all of these Disney movies, like they're remaking Peter Pan, they're remaking all this and that.
Fucking everything, it seems
Yeah,
like.
and
Jesus
it's like
Criminy.
and like they have their own political reasons and whatnot
course.
for doing it and like pushing in like these and that, and it's for like whatever
Right.
kind of things. Why can't you just make a new story?
Right.
Like, we'll use the example of the Velma TV show. Did you hear about that?
I think I did a little bit, yeah, but
Critical Drinker went heavy on this, and a lot of the internet did. So
I think I remember the backlash.
you know the Indian. Did you guys ever watch The Office? You remember the Indian chick? I can't remember.
Yep.
I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name, but I can see her.
Did you ever watch it, Dilly?
I did not.
So,
Never watched The Office?
yeah.
The Office, I probably like a couple episodes,
Mhm.
but which is weird. I just never
All right.
watch a lot of TV, which is weird.
Friends?
Never seen that.
Okay. Huh. So,
Yeah, I didn't.
yeah. So,
Wait for.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I have a whole nother. I didn't have cable most of my life growing up, which is really weird. So that's a whole nother
Dish TV.
discussion.
Dish TV.
I didn't even have that. It's really
Do you
weird.
have a TV?
That's
Weird
okay.
childhood. I had I had a TV, but it's just I mean my parent I was always an outdoors person anyways.
Yeah.
It's better
So-
that way.
But
Yeah.
my parents were just like, yeah, it's too expensive, and they just cut it. And I was like, fuck it, I'll go ride my dirt bike.
Yep.
And I was like,
That's fine.
which is all right, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this Velma show,
Okay.
like, what was the
Yeah.
original Scooby Doo? It was like 5 people
yeah,
And a dog.
and a dog,
Yep.
all coming together, having different attributes, strengths, and weaknesses.
Right.
But they play off of each other, so that way when they work together, it ultimately works out. But if one person tries to do all of it, it doesn't fucking work.
Right.
yep,
That's a cool lesson to be had. Fucking teamwork, work together, this and that, and all this and that. And it had funny, cool stories and everything else. And they weren't trying to push narratives. They weren't trying to do anything. It was just like fucking people fucking solve mysteries.
You know
Yep.
what I liked was that. Let's go ahead. I didn't mean to. Oops. Yeah.
No, that's
Okay. The Scooby Doo movie. What is that? That island they go to? The
Oh, the
Spooky-
live action ones?
Spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spooky Island.
Spooky Island. That
Yeah,
was
James Gunn, the guy that made fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, also made those.
No
Wow.
way.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Actually,
Those were
I didn't
pretty
know
Yeah, they were
that.
good.
Yeah.
Hot
it's really
Velma. Mm.
good. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But this new Velma,
new Velma show.
completely changed everything. So, and it's basically not
Is that
even
a cartoon? Or?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Okay.
But it's an HBO thing, but it literally has no resemblance to the old one. Are you
Really?
looking up photos or something right now? Yeah, so instead of like all the characters were white,
Right.
most likely, I
Yeah.
think.
I think they.
Yeah, I think they were all white in the originals.
I think they were. Yeah.
So now this one, and it was like always like a laughing implied thing that Shaggy and Scooby were stoners.
This popped in my head. Go ahead.
But now it's like, okay, so Velma is this Indian girl.
Yeah.
Just like the girl that wrote it from The Office.
Right.
Shaggy's this black dude that's blatantly, openly honest about being a complete stoner.
Nice.
And then Daphne is this bisexual or lesbian Asian chick.
Whoa.
And then Fred is an egotistical jock that's an airhead that doesn't know anything,
Nice.
that doesn't provide anything. So now the premise of the story is like the Daphne is just like a girl that's trying to sleep with people, essentially.
Nice.
Dang.
Shaggy's a fucking complete stoner that's not fucking useful at all besides saying stupid shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Fred is a whining crybaby because he doesn't have anything go his way. And then Velma has all the strengths and all the superpowers and everything else. And they're all the old characters combined into one single one to figure it out all on their own. And she basically just drags all the other people there because they have to, because it's Velma.
So
Because it's a Scooby-Doo spin-off thing.
just got rid of the whole
Yeah, so
old
it's like-
premise.
Yeah, so like the whole premise of like
Sucks.
teamwork, everyone has their one individual strength, but together it works, and they all have weaknesses. It's like, no, the character that I'm voicing, that I'm basically writing out as if it was a perfect version of me,
Right.
is going to have everything, and everyone else is going to have nothing. So now the story sucks because now every single person just watches and like,
A little selfish, huh?
yeah, it's like, so like all these Disney movies
Right.
are doing the same thing. They're just like changing it for the sake of like, I would say it's mostly just because it's like you could be creative, because like that Velma show is its own show. It doesn't have to be a Scooby-Doo thing,
True.
but they know they won't fucking sell anything if it's a new show.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we'll just fucking slaughter and rape the carcass of this old beloved franchise.
Good lord, dude.
Slaughter and rape the car.
Good lord.
That's how you really.
Well, it's true.
It is true though. Yeah.
So,
Like, did you see what they fucking did to Mulan?
Oh, man.
Mulan was dope. And what did they do? They fucking put a Glock to the back of Mulan's head, shot her, and fucking pulled down some pants.
I don't remember that really from the show.
that's a different version.
All right, was that on the hub? Or, sorry.
You find anything on the hub?
Listen, Mulan was amazing. Everyone loved Mulan.
fuck
That
is
was a
Mulan?
powerful, strong, independent woman.
Mulan was like,
That was, let's
The
get
shit.
down to business to
Yeah.
defeat.
Oh,
yeah, she's kind of fine though.
Hans.
Back in the day, I was like,
I can get with a
Yeah.
little bit of Mulan.
hello, Mulan.
Yeah, it was like great. They had fucking Eddie Murphy as Mushu, the fucking dragon walking
Yes.
around, and they
Oh
had the
my
fucking
God.
cricket
I do
chirping and all
remember.
this and that. Fucking amazing fucking movie. Strong female lead character, all this and that. And then what do they do with this one? They're like, okay, now the main antagonist can't be Kill-a-Hun because, nah, it has to be another woman. So now we're going to have a fucking crazy witch thing as our fucking
Made a
antagonist.
whole different person.
Yeah, so like it was like the Huns were there, but it wasn't like Kill-a-Hun. It was like just the Huns, and then they had like this lady witch thing that was helping them. But it was like everything got done by the lady witch. So it's like, why isn't the lady witch just doing everything on her own? Why is
Right.
there an army dragging along?
know-
And then there's no song, so there's like no let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. There's no Mushu or anything like that, so there's no dragon, so she's just doing this all on her own. And it's like over dramatic, over serious, over everything. And so it could have been like this cool like story about like fantastical like fucking magical ancient Asian war thing and stuff like that Disney could have put out on their own, like The Great Wall or something like that, where it's like completely not based in reality, but it's fucking
Right.
cool.
Yep.
But instead, they took a Glock to the back of Mulan's head and shot her, and then fucking used her skin as a fucking costume and said they were Mulan.
I see. Yeah, that's exactly how I think it went down. When did they make that remake?
I think it was like, it was 2021 because I think that was the first movie that they put out on Disney Plus.
Oh wow. And what a flop that was. I was too young to like think of voice actors.
Yeah. You didn't know this.
I had no idea Robin Williams was the genie from
Really?
yeah.
I'm looking it up.
I mean,
yeah.
I can literally hear him now speaking. Like I can literally hear the genie talking right
Yeah.
now. But
I remember when I saw him, before I knew who Robin Williams was, I was like, that genie is. I just remember being a kid because I was like, this guy's hilarious. I don't know. Jen, I was just like, I remember thinking, who's that voice actor or whatever. Figured out it was Robin Williams. Then Robin Williams just became one of my favorite actors. Then he died. But really
yeah,
good.
how do you go
fucking-
kaput? What happened?
Oh, he fucking hung himself in a closet with a leather belt.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's roughly
Genuine leather, though.
That was really... oh, my God. This man goes genuine.
Wasn't pleather.
It doesn't sound very
If you're
genuine.
going to go out, do it right. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So-
That was so sad when he died. And that was
terribly
That
sad.
is, he's really... Him,
How
I'm
old
telling
was
you right
he?
now.
Like 60 something? Or?
Yeah, he was probably in his 60s.
I'm telling you right now, if anything happens to Jim Carrey, he's my other favorite actor. Him and Jim Carrey. I'm telling you now.
Nah,
before,
Jim Carrey can fucking kick rocks.
well,
What's your reasoning?
He's just a fucking weird lunatic
He's a-
that's fucking pretty pretentious at this point.
Yeah.
I've always liked... Robin Williams was kind of nuts. I like the actors that are a little bit nuts. I think they're fucking hilarious.
I just don't like pretentious fucks.
Jim Carrey's
I
like
think-
gone off the deep end though.
For now, yeah. I think as an actor is cool. But, yeah.
As an actor, yeah, but
He's definitely... you gotta... I feel like you when you live it for that long, maybe you do become a little bit nuts. Maybe.
well, I think
guess.
it's just Hollywood to be honest with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that shit's fucking
Did
ruthless.
you ever
but
do you ever hear about there was a show? I think it's still on Netflix. It's called Jim and Andy, and it's about how Jim Carrey would not go out of character when he wasn't. He was playing this crazy guy in this like TV show or something, but when he would get off the set, he would still remain in character, and people were actually concerned for his mental health because they'd be like, "All right, Jim, that's enough," you
Yeah.
know? And for days he'd still be in character. Like it was actually, I'll try to find it. Yeah.
Oh,
that is
crazy.
terrifying.
I was just
Yeah.
while I was listening to that, I was also trying to remember how we were going to loop back down to Batman and Joker and all this and that.
yeah.
Since we said we were going to loop that. So why I thought the Joker was super cool and whatnot. So I was in North Carolina when I watched it.
Feelings, didn't it? I thought it was like
Yeah, so it
mixed
was
reviews.
very controversial.
Right.
I remember, so like it was like super kind of scary
Okay.
because obviously growing up in Colorado and living less than 30 minutes away from the Dark Knight Rises Aurora Theater shooting.
Want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Wow.
I was at the Parker Theater
Mm.
same night.
Oh shit.
They decided to go to the Parker one.
Yeah.
Mm.
We didn't know which one to go to, but
You didn't know if you were gonna go to the Aurora or the.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Went to the Parker one,
Insane.
and that's Lord.
Yeah,
baby.
it's
That's
insane.
God.
Yeah, and I know a couple of people that were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go," and this and that, because it was a really popular theater. But
Yeah, it was super popular.
yeah,
I always,
Wasn't it like nice as shit too? Like
mm-hmm.
yeah, it was
compared to
really
the-
cool theater.
yeah. But yeah, so like
Terrible.
sitting in there in North Carolina and like hearing all the controversies and like this and that, like because like pretty much they were saying like it was like a love letter and like a sounding board for all of these mentally ill people to commit mass murder. Like
Oh, nice.
that's what like mainstream media was saying about it
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I was like sketched out. There was like literally police posted opening weekend at every theater that showed it.
I
Essentially,
do remember that. Yeah.
yeah, so I was going
The
with
new
all my
Joker,
buddies, and I was just like, I don't feel comfortable. I've missed a bullet once by not going to watch this when the shooting happened, watching Dark Knight Rises. I don't want to. This isn't good. I need to leave. I was uncomfortable. And then I watched it the second time. I was okay. But I think the reason why everyone was like saying it's a sounding board and this and that, like they weren't like like attacking the film because it was that. They were attacking it because of what it did to them. So the premise of the movie, and I still think you guys should really, really watch it, was basically like this guy that could have been a good dude just kept on getting punched and beaten and hit every step he took in his life. Any chance that something good could happen didn't happen, but any time something bad could happen, something bad happened.
I see.
He never got a break. He never got a second chance. He never got any benefits of the doubt. He always just got the short end of the stick.
Okay.
And after decades and decades of him living like that, grinding at him, he hits a snapping point and he starts doing fucked up, horrible shit. And then he still feels better about that because now he feels finally validated because like he kills a person and it's like, well, this is the first time it went worse for somebody else than me. Before it was always I was the one hugging my ribs, coughing up blood in an alley because I just got jumped. But now this is the first time ever where I'm standing here untouched and he's dying there bleeding out. This
That's
is
an
and
interesting
it like
take.
validates him.
It is a really
And it's
interesting way to look at
an
it.
interesting thing. So the reason why I say mainstream media was doing that, you have to think about what most of the people in mainstream media are. Most of them
Con artists.
well, they went to college. A lot of them had good setups. They had those trust funds. They had the college funds from their parents, and they went to Stanford or they went to UCLA. They went to fucking Purdue. They went to like all of these things. They went to like good breaks. They had helping hands throughout their life, and they
didn't get told no much.
didn't get told no much, and now they're in a successful position without trying very hard. Some of them did really work hard, but other ones are like that. And in the movie, it's a lot of those people that don't even realize they're being dickheads, but they are complete dickheads shitting down on this guy.
Right.
So I think the reason why they were talking so bad about it and ill against it is not because it was actually doing it, but because it showed a mirror. Someone held a mirror up to these people's faces and said, your actions create these people. It's not these people coming out of nowhere and nothingness, and they're not fucked up from the start. They are a fucking product of their reality, and you made their reality. You made them.
Like a super big, deeper meaning. And
Yeah, that's what I saw it at the reaction of the world. Not necessarily the movie of itself.
Right.
Like the movie of itself, I could be totally wrong in what they were like trying to go for it, but like the reaction of it, it was people uncomfortable because they didn't want to admit to the fact that people like that can be created in real life, and this seems like something that could really happen. And it's not because he was born fucked up. It's not because he was taught how to do this. It's because he was a product of his environment, and the only reason why that environment existed and why he had to grow up that way is because of people like me and the actions of my own.
Pretty interesting when you
Yeah.
get laid out like that.
Which
that is.
That's why I saw that, and like I talked to a couple of people about that, and like
Right.
that were super against it. Some people were in my family that were
Right.
super against it. Like they were like, "This is a messed up movie," and I was like, "But why do you think it's messed up?" And it's like, "Well, because they're like enabling this guy and like making it seem like it's okay." And it's like, are they making it seem like it's okay, or are they making it seem like this can happen because of simple choices people make?
Right. But is it a bad thing though? Well, obviously it is, but is it a bigger deal that people would think that it's like enabling him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is that more dangerous saying that that's a possibility, even that they could be saying the opposite or something like that, right?
Right.
I don't know. It's like maybe some people were saying that they didn't like the movie because of that possibility of people looking at it that way. You know?
Right.
So wonder if
Right.
that's
I don't know.
part
It's
of
like
the argument. I don't know.
Like,
But
yeah, there is maybe some genuine concern where it's like this is a really fucked up kid in high school that really doesn't feel like there's any other option.
Right.
Looks at that movie and now he says there is an option.
Right. Yes.
My argument to that is, unfortunately, and it is the gross truth, is shootings happen a lot.
Yep.
And murders happen a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take a movie for him to get the idea that that's an option.
Same with the video game
Yeah.
argument too. Same exact thing.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
world's gross enough. Like, they don't, like, that's just some other filler. It's no different than him seeing the news.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
How many times have you thought about killing somebody, Dilly, when after you played
Bro, that,
Apex?
FBI.
FBI, open up.
No, I honestly never. After
Of
Apex,
course.
never.
Of course.
Well, you know that.
It's obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I know. Was it like legitimately? Was it that game called Doom that they called?
yeah, Doom was the one that Columbine players were like
yeah.
fucking crazy about.
mean-
They were playing Doom nonstop, apparently.
I mean,
They also were at a fucking pizza store
play.
throwing pipe bombs off the back of a pizza store.
Oh, okay. I just heard that they were at a pizza store. I was like,
Yeah, they used to work at a pizza store that,
no way.
yeah. So,
God, that's wild.
hashtag 90s. They like they were like dishwashers at this pizza store and whatnot, and they would like be throwing pipe bombs in the back of behind the store and stuff like that into a field, and they were like, kids are being crazy. They learned it in chemistry class.
That is ridiculous, though, to think about.
God.
Man.
That is.
Those just were not good.
I think.
Yeah.
I think what happened. There's a deeper thing. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You were in that. This is, of course, in high school, that sociology class, and I think I maybe even talked about this on another pod. But we read that book called The Tipping Point,
Yeah.
and
Fuck.
I've never forgot about that because
I think I did.
because
Might have read that.
if you look before Columbine, I'm not gonna say there were no shootings. I'm sure there were shootings.
Yeah.
But there weren't a lot.
They essentially made a manifesto by
Yeah.
writing diaries, making videotapes, and all that, talking about what they're thinking about and why they're feeling that way and everything else.
Do you think there was maybe like, man, we have gone over so many different avenues this
Yeah,
episode.
sucking titties, and now we're at to this serious topic.
So,
That's pretty crazy.
do you think there's something that we could have done as a society to maybe not, if someone does want to do something fucked up, that we could have done something with like Columbine or something
I think,
to
and
make
this,
them not think about doing something like that?
so I think, and this goes for a lot of different things, and it's the hardest option, but I think it's only the one true correct way.
Okay.
Because so many places have tried gun control.
Right.
So many people have tried like furthering like counseling and therapy in schools
Right.
and all this and that, and we don't really see effects. If anything, we see negative effects because it's happening more and more often,
Right.
if anything. So like with more gun control, with more therapy, with more everything, and we're still seeing more and more and more and more.
Right.
The only true thing that we can do, and it's the hardest thing, and you can't make a law about it, and you can't control it, and you can't study it, and you can't find statistics for it,
Right.
is every single person has to make individual choices
Right.
to be a better person.
I'm
You can't, like, that's, I'm a genuine believer because, like, sociology and psychology and stuff like that is a small, very heavy interest of mine, and I
Yeah.
look a lot into that, and there's, like, people like John Locke and Thoreau and stuff like that But John Locke's a huge one. And there's others too, but like there's like these different theories where it's like people could be a blank slate theory, or they're born into their theory and stuff like that. So like born their way and stuff like that, you can like, and blank slates, like you can like control, like people like derive that to like socialism and communism and fascism and stuff like that. But basically the idea is like some people believe like a blank slate. So like it's just like every single person's a whiteboard, and everything that happens around in their world is little marks with an expo marker from the world on your whiteboard, and that's what makes you who you are. It's not, you're not born any certain way. You can be anything when you're born.
True.
But the world makes you whatever you become.
I think it's a matter of that's perfect. And I think it's a matter of not necessarily how you grew up, but what you affecting like your decision making, what you choose to absorb, I guess, around you, or what you think is normal is not normal.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, you know.
Yeah, so I'm a heavy believer in that blank slate. Like, I don't think people are just like born good or bad or neutral or something like that. It's like, I think it is a blank slate. And like examples of that is like my neighborhood that I grew up in. Most people didn't get out of that neighborhood good. Most people came out of that neighborhood fucked up and shitty.
Oh yeah.
But like there were fucked up shitty kids that are heavy on drugs right now and are selling drugs, and they did that shit at the park when they were growing up in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. And then there were people like me and a couple of my friends that left, and they're still shitty and they're still fucked up and whatnot. But we went to the creek and we caught crawfish in the creek and fucking lit fucking cattails on fire and shit like that.
Yeah.
Another good example.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Is
kid.
David Goggins talks about like his dad, like abusing him, and his mom and stuff.
Yeah.
But what about his dad? Didn't just always wasn't like that.
Yeah, his dad taught him how to do that.
Yeah, his dad abused him.
I do think
Grandpa abused his dad.
It's definitely. I think the older I get, I realize it's definitely people's childhoods that affect for sure.
That's pretty much what it all is.
Yeah, so
that's
like
when you learn everything.
Yeah, so like that's why it's like super interesting and super fun to think and watch things where it's like people are just like offering like we need to provide them with more stuff and we need to do this and that, and it's like I feel like that's a genuine like pointing blame at something that's not really blamed.
I do think another thing too, and this isn't necessarily all of the what do you call it, reasons for like that's
right
people to be fucked up in the head, but bullying is a huge one.
Yeah.
Obviously bullying is giant. I think because I did get picked on when I was younger, like a lot younger. I wish the fucking teachers see this shit happen, and they should be the ones to like not be afraid to say something.
Teachers, parents, friends, other students, anybody need to be just like you need to see something, and that's why it's like you can't take a statistic and you can't make a law about it. You can't make a law saying people need to be better people. Yeah. And you can't have statistics saying like people are 67% nicer than they were in the year 2007. But it's like people just need to be better people.
Yeah, that's it. You're
like
right.
People need to be better people and whatnot, and like people need to understand the problems of their decisions and their actions very quickly, because if they don't see the result of their choices and they're just like whatever, who cares, then they don't ever correlate with it. Even though they think they might kind of do something or something like this or that. Like the kid that gets bullied really bad. The really bad bully is fucking, he's bullying this kid. The kid's crying, going home, fucking thinking about suicide and this and that. Ends up switching, not committing suicide, but he convinces his parents to switch schools, and it's a great decision, and now he's not suicidal anymore. He has great friends, this and that at this new school. That's great. He had a fresh start. This bully is going to continue to bully because he had no correlation. He was just like, oh, loser punk kid fucking probably like moved to the next neighborhood over and now he has to go to that school or something. He never even correlated it with like, oh, my impact. Like this kid had to uproot his whole entire life as a fucking 14-year-old and was almost about to end his 14-year-old life because of my own choices. But if that kid made it vocal, which obviously that he doesn't have to, and I'm not saying you have to do this, but it's like, if you just like, you don't have to necessarily stand up for yourself, but make it present to the world. It's like those actions cause these things.
Yeah.
It can affect somebody really deeply.
What?
Hold on, real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Yep.
When I asked, that was all fucking awesome. But when I asked, like, what could we have done maybe differently as a society with the whole Columbine thing, I think what I was asking was, like, what could we have maybe, and it's obviously super serious, right? Obviously, like, the most serious, the whole situation. But could we have made it less serious in a way? Like, played it down a little bit to make it...
No, because it was huge back then. That was the first...
it was the
Right.
first
This
ever
was the
time
first one.
live TV was covering something that happened. It wasn't on the... And that was like one of the first times live TV was like Columbine shooting, Oklahoma bombing, 9/11. All of these were like those first ever like real glimpses of like instantaneous actions being seen.
And I think that's, along with that book, The Tipping Point, I think theoretically you could say that's the tipping point that caused society or some people to get these ideas, and then all of a sudden it's just been nonstop.
And so that's why
the tipping point was inevitable. It's kind of
and once it happens, it's unstoppable. You've already tipped over to the other side.
I see.
So I think like one small thing, and again, like the key thing is better people need to be better people. People need to be better people.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And think about what they're doing as they're doing it so they don't make decisions that can affect something down the road.
True. Yeah.
But another thing, and
easier said than done, of course, but
and like this is one thing that like I see more on the right side of TV than anywhere else, but I do see it on both sides. Both sides definitely do this, is vilifying. You, like, a lot of places will talk about the victims and the sorrow and say the death count.
Yeah.
Like 13 dead.
Yeah.
27 injured. 6 teachers. And it's horrible and it's gut-wrenching and it's painful. And you have so much sympathy and pain for it.
Right.
But that doesn't make anyone that's thinking about doing this not do it. Like, they don't... If they're in that mindset, they're like, I'm in so much pain. I'm hurting so much. They pained me so much.
Right.
I don't care how much they're hurting. This doesn't affect me. I'm going to do what I want to do. What affects them is speaking directly to them.
True.
And so, like, not showing someone's face is great. And, like, Daily Wire, Fox News, CNN pretty much all do that now, where they don't show the shooter's face or something, which is a great thing, and they don't say his name.
Yeah.
But you need to vilify him. Or her. You need to vilify that person. You need to say this is a gut-wrenching, like, horrible spawn of a human being that doesn't deserve to breathe our air, don't deserve to have our courtesies. They don't deserve the release of anything. They don't deserve to not be on this earth anymore. They deserve to be in a dark, deep hole that doesn't get sunlight, and they get minimal food, and they only eat bread and water for the next 30 years, and they will not speak to a person.
Yeah.
They deserve hell on earth and nothing less.
Yep.
That's what they need to understand.
Right.
Actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. That was a great voice crack. Yeah, that's what I see a huge problem is going on. It's like you kind of like just talk about that, which obviously they need their time and they need their support and everything else, the victims of these tragedies. But they definitely also need... Did we stop recording or something? Oh.
No, it's just adjusting the light.
We definitely also need to make these people understand, like, it's not just a nothingness. Because exactly what I said, like, they don't have sympathy. They've, just like in the movie Joker, they've been ground down to nothingness, to a pulp by the whole world, their whole entire life, or that's what at least they feel like.
Yeah.
For their whole life, all they've been doing is getting punched to the earth. So they don't care if you feel sorry and bad and hurt when somebody does something to them, because that's how they felt this whole time.
And they probably believe like their life couldn't get worse. They're
so
like,
if anything, so it's like, these victims need support, they need help, and they need shown, and they need anything and everything provided to them, because they're in some of their worst moments ever, and they need that help. But these shooters need to not just be an afterthought. They need to be at the forefront, prosecuted, attacked, and hurt as well. Like, they need to understand, like, there is pain, and if you just thought, like, fucking this was bad, like, you did something horrible and you don't deserve any graces anymore.
Right. Gonna pay for it. right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, that's crazy. Dilly, anything more on that topic, or
Gee, I mean,
You wanna- what?
take a life, you give your own. You know
What?
what I mean? That's it.
What?
Take a life. But when you go to jail, obviously, or
Mhm.
prison or whatever, you know, I don't know if they realize
Mm-hmm.
you take a life. It's not like you're
Yeah.
dead. Some people get the death penalty, but I can't
Mhm.
imagine the hell of being locked up in a box for
Mhm.
30 years.
It's pretty fucking terrible.
I don't think
Yeah.
they're
Right.
not thinking about that at the time, but
Right.
It's like-
They're
Oh,
only
yeah.
thinking about like, oh, this hurt me, this hurt me, and this hurt me. So it's like a combination of people being better people. So like this hurt and pain that they constantly feel becomes null and void. Like they are starting to see bright light. Like from Columbine, some great things also happened. Like Rachel's challenge. Rachel was the first person that got shot and killed at Columbine, and all these things came out like from her diary and actions and her friends and this and that and blah blah blah. She was an amazing, wonderful human being, and now her story is known across the world and is like giving progress and support and a light to shine towards for thousands and thousands, if not millions of people.
Right.
And it's a wonderful her story's amazing, wonderful story. If anyone ever has time and a chance to learn about Rachel and her experiences throughout life before it was taken so quickly, it's something worth noting. But like one of the small little things was like, and I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty positive how it worked. It was like at Columbine, like she was just this bubbly, nice, wonderful human being.
Mm-hmm.
And like probably was considered one of like the popular girls or something like that. Like she was a nice person. And there was this one dude that was like a suicidal dude. He wasn't like the Dylan and Eric guys, but he was like
Right.
a suicidal, bullied all the time, didn't feel like there was a way out besides killing himself. And then one day Rachel just came up and gave him a hug or something like that, started talking to him, and was really his only friend. And then
Wow.
she
Yeah.
decided to not eat lunch with all of her friends and would like every single day go up to him, eat lunch with him.
Dang,
It was
huge.
just those two, just being friends, this and that. She would like wave and say hello, ask how he's doing in the halls all the time. And that wasn't anyone telling Rachel to do that.
And-
that was Rachel deciding to be a better person in the world.
And I think that's
And that stopped him from killing himself.
huge. I haven't heard that whole story. I've heard a little bit about it, but I do
Mhm.
want to read into it. But I feel like, you know, it's hard, especially that time of your life, because you care what people think, you know, that you're hanging
Mhm.
out with.
Yeah, you're so
It's like-
influenced by everything.
Oh, like if
Everything.
I could go back and really truly, my senior year, I started to not care what other people think. But if I could go back and just not care the whole time, do whatever the fuck I wanted, I would have joined a lot of random shit. I would have done, you know, a lot of like
Yeah.
fucking
Ping pong
ping
club.
pong. We were talking about ping pong.
Yeah,
club.
like we make a joke about it when
Yeah.
we always talking about like meeting up with girls and talking with the girls and this and that and like all the experience we have with like sex life and all that. And it's like, if we knew what we know now back then,
Man.
everything would be different. But also like just like being a human being,
Right.
like that would
Learn
change
normal
everything
shit.
so much.
Yeah.
Live and learn.
Because we're so ignorant. We're so ignorant back then. And it's like,
Well, I think that's
So
what's
hard.
special about high school and shit. It's just because it really reflects on life. You know, just looking back at strictly high school. It's
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
what you know as a senior,
Mm-hmm.
if you knew that as a freshman, right? And be like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
light
It's
years
true.
ahead.
Yeah. Like there's
But
just
that's
so
how
many.
it is from real
There's
life.
so many things. Like Jordan Peterson talks about it. Tons of therapists talk about it. Like,
Wait, get a better angle. You get a suck in. Go ahead.
like, what do you think is one thing that
Get mail.
one activity that you think would help you so much become a stronger, better
Ooh, jeez.
person? If you knew back in high school, like this one type of thing.
Like activity, you said?
Yeah, like an activity
Okay.
or a mental choice to do something or something like that.
Back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, like this helps you now.
Oh,
Or like-
jeez. Okay,
like-
something I do now?
Yeah, something you
Oh,
do
okay.
now or something you know that helps you now
Mm.
that you didn't back in high school. What would
good.
be one thing?
That's a good question.
That is a really good question.
Like,
I
it
think
could
just
just
tell-
be something you understand. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be something you do, but something that you understand now that you wish you would understand back then.
I think
Something that you do. Something.
I got it.
No, yours gonna be really long.
No, it won't.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's just I think just more. I mean, I always cared, right? But
Mhm.
I think expressing, how people are asking how people are, like, but
Yeah.
genuinely going out of my way to ask people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In high school, you're really just going through the motions. I mean, that's really
Right.
the definition of high school. But I think nobody really takes a minute to like stop and kind of think
Talk.
and ask,
Mm-hmm.
talk about somebody.
It's funny because mine goes along the same lines, but mine's the opposite. I was like the nicer guy, but then I was looked at like soft, you know, and then I'll do shit like that. But going along those lines, I wish I just told people to fuck off more. It sounds really messed up, but like nowadays, like, cause you always have those people that pick on you. It's normal for dudes to pick on each other, but I really wish I just was like, fuck off.
That would help you be a better person.
Oh, I'd be so much better. Right now, I'm so much better because I just don't put up with that as much. It's fucking, that's how it
Is
is.
that the answer
Yeah,
you're
that's
thinking?
fair.
That's
That's
it.
a fair thing.
For
It's
me.
just like
For me personally.
because he makes
Because I'm better now.
it's not necessarily putting more out to the world, but it could
Yeah.
turn into
Two-
that because like instead of being like a super nice guy that in the end that's kind of just fluff and does nothing, now that you're saying it's like whenever you do say something it has weight and it has value.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What about you?
I think one of the things it'd be like more outreaching and more like understanding that tough times make you better.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember like
and that's just maturity, really.
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah, that like I feel like towards the end of high school I was very much understanding of that. But like I never
Same.
I never at the very beginning of it and whatnot.
No, just trying to get through the
So-
day. That's all you give a fuck about.
So
I'm just trying to get through that last class.
Yeah, it's like I'm just
Period 8. I'm
yeah,
done.
exactly. It's like why is this math problem? Why did they have to make this math like homework so fucking hard?
Right.
And why did they have to like go so above and beyond in English class? I could have done it in 3 paragraphs. I didn't need to
Right.
do it in 5 pages. Or why did I have to shorten this down to a page and a
Right.
half when
Just
I
why,
needed
why,
3?
why,
and
why?
it's like why this? Like why are they pushing me in gym class? Why
Right.
is it like
Why me?
yeah, why is it like I'm having so much trouble like fucking talking to friends and this and that and like making
Right.
friends and this and that? It's like I wish back then instead of saying why and being pouty and whining and complaining that the world sucks and they just don't know and it would be so much better if I just had it my way. All of those hard, tough things made me a better person afterwards.
I think I will say I wish funny enough, all the nerdy kids and shit, I wish I fucking sat with them at lunch because fucking it didn't. It really never mattered. Like it truly never mattered because we got out of there, and it's like, fucking. I mean, that would have been nice, but yeah, I think.
It's a trip. I tell you, high school. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was, and
I was with the nerdy people. I was with our degenerate group at the end.
Yep.
Our
I
fucking
was
parking
I
lot.
was with a really wide range when I got through to senior year. I was pretty much with the nerdy and then the just random degenerates for most of my high school career. But once I got on like the varsity soccer team, and for some reason, for most high schools, like the football team's the most popular, right? But soccer was probably the most
Huge.
popular.
Yeah, soccer was huge.
Like just popular kids. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever. But you know
Yeah,
what I
it was
mean? Like
big.
the most sociable kids in the school are just somehow
Yeah.
on the soccer team. So
Yeah.
I was on the soccer team. I was on varsity and I was starting everybody. So I got just automatically included with those people. You know what I mean?
Competitive
So-
Tanner got to the top.
Yep, that's
Typical.
right. Let's go.
That's good.
No, but I remember like one of the most pivotal points in my high school career was I got invited to the biggest party of the year.
I remember you telling me
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
two Elise had that one Halloween party.
Yeah, that was a lit one. Even
right.
though I got drugged. Yep, that was lit.
classic. I
yeah,
remember
that's
that.
Right.
Yeah, I got drugged, and that was fucking scary.
That was crazy.
Dude, I thought I was gonna fucking die.
they really were sending you through the
Yeah.
whole Halloween trip.
Hell
Tell
of
you
a
what.
party.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, but
That was wild.
fuck,
Yeah.
dude,
I do
Spooky.
remember that.
fucked me up.
So that night, I got invited to the biggest Halloween party like ever. Like they said, there's like there's gonna be 100 of the most popular kids in Parker gonna be there.
you're
You
like,
gotta
what?
be there, and I was like, biggest party I've ever
Yeah, and you're
fucking
like,
been invited to.
Oh
you know what
my
I mean?
god.
Right.
It
By
hit you.
far. But
Yeah.
all the fucking degenerates and fucking losers, on quote unquote, not at all. But you
Yeah,
know,
we're not
all
going.
my friends for the last fucking,
Yeah.
5-10 years were going to this other party.
And you're like, you know what?
You know, and nobody cared about us, quote unquote. I said I gotta go to that party.
Damn, that's
So-
the best decision you made right
Yeah,
there, probably.
I was like, I remember afterwards, I'm like, was tight.
Yeah.
That was tight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most
like-
memories made right there.
Everybody
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck? But I think I'm really glad because that one was just so. Surely we were drinking. I can't really remember. Maybe I didn't.
Was it at the house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Her house.
Mhm.
we were.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That was when I didn't even drink. I don't think I drank anything.
With like the
It's so
puke
weird.
going up in the house and fucking Couscous getting his fucking nose broke.
Oh, not that one.
Oh,
No. The
That
same
was-
Halloween party. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So that Halloween party.
Oh,
Were we
okay.
drinking? I can't remember.
I don't
I
think
think
was drinking
people were drinking and vaping and this and that.
I know
we were
it's
doing a
vaping.
whole.
Vaping is all you need.
That
We were
vaping
doing a
back
whole
then.
bunch of shit.
I thought fucking nicotine.
Those are the
was-
days.
Yeah.
Was the craziest drug.
I thought
Yeah.
nicotine was like drinking. I'd just puff it and
Yeah.
keep it buzzed.
So then,
like it was some
so
drug.
then
So
here,
stupid.
since we're already
So
at,
It wasn't.
Yeah,
we're almost at an hour 20, so we'll finish it
Wrap
up with
it
this
up.
one last question. Since we're already on these heavy. Oh.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
So I asked one thing that you wish you knew or understood or did.
Uh-oh.
Now, what's one thing that you did do that you were happy that you did?
Ooh.
Oh, back then.
Yeah.
See, my
what's
last
one
answer
thing
was
that you
one random thing or something
Yeah.
that just okay.
One thing you understood, one habit, one something that you did that you were like, I'm happy I did that in high school. It would have been worse if I didn't.
I got it.
I can tell you.
I think setting goals. I think
Mhm.
I back to the soccer thing. When my first day of high school, I was like, I'm gonna make it on a varsity soccer team. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm doing it. I'm getting that Leatherman jacket. You know what I mean? I'm getting that fucking shit. And it took me a while because I sucked ass, but we got there. And I think that's when I like kind of matured a lot with the whole like. Would go back to what you were saying
Mhm.
about the lessons grow me because I was always like, God,
Mm-hmm.
I only got to senior year. I'm like, this is it. This is it. I'm either making it or I'm not on the team anymore. You know. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I ended up like grinding like
Yeah.
5 days a week. I would practice on the off season.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Guess what? I ended up not just making the team, but I started on the team,
Varsity.
and it just taught me like, shit.
That's
I
the
wrote
level.
down that goal
Mhm.
literally, fucking how many days ago? Like 1,000 days ago. I wrote down that
Mhm.
goal, and then
Yep.
ended up making it happen. So I think once that happened, I was like, oh shit, really kind of can do anything you want to do. So
Yeah.
That is
Put your
huge.
mind towards it.
I think setting
Mhm.
goals. I think
Dilly?
For me, no, I think for me, right off the bat,
yep.
it kind of goes, when I was, you could say softer in high school. I was a
Yep.
bitch. I was not a bitch, clear
Mhm.
fry, but softer, But the biggest thing I did, which I struggled with actually more after high school, was being nice. It was a good thing.
Mhm.
I was nice to everyone. Like,
I
you
can
could be
relate.
as mean.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can really. You could be as mean as you wanted to me, but I'd be nice, and it was just something I was like, you know what? I don't know what they're going through, kind of thing. I remember thinking that, and I was like, I don't care,
Mhm.
whatever. I just always brushed it off. They're mean, but I actually made most of my friends, because, if someone met me for the first time in like a class, they'd be like, "Fuck you," blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, but being nice is good. They actually people would reach out to me like, "Oh, hey, Dylan, can
Mm-hmm.
you do this favor for me?" And then they ended up being nice to me, and then, which is good.
Mhm.
So I'd say like being nice, pretty much is something I'm glad I did. But
Mm-hmm.
after that, in college, I went to community college. I was kind of a dick for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized, it's not worth being a dick. And then
I remember it
back
kinda-
to being nice.
I've never classed myself as a dick, but I
Yeah.
think it was just like because I was like overly like just nice, like
Mhm.
overly super
Yeah.
nice. I think in middle school they called me the sorry kid because I would apologize for everything.
Oh, you'd be
But-
like, so I did that. I
Yeah,
did
you were
that a
just
lot.
like naturally nice.
So that's all I knew. So I
Mhm.
think when I
Yeah.
matured and then just stopped giving a shit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I started just like without even thinking, just fucking being a bit of a dick to people,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
It's natural. You have to.
but I totally was like, what the fuck changed? I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
being
That's
so
what happened.
confused.
Me-
being
Right.
so confused.
Me after college, same thing. I would be, I started to be a dick to people, and then I remember straight up like people would. I was the type. I
Life
was.
happened. That's all. That's literally all
Yeah,
it did.
life hit you, and I remember very vividly. I stopped holding doors for people, which sounds fucking so weird, but people would walk up
That's such a funny
right
dude.
behind me. They were right behind me, and I just fucking chuck the door open and
That's
fucking
so
walk in
fucked.
because I'm like, fuck it, And I remember thinking, fuck it, it doesn't affect me, and then I just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then,
now it's like
and then they'd
when
be
someone you hold the door for someone, they're like, look at you, like
Yeah, it's like
All
super
right.
nice
Yeah.
and super considerate. Yeah.
right. It's just an
And-
automatic respect,
Mhm.
It's true, and I remember Oh man, last little story real quick. And I don't know if it
Yeah,
has to do with
make it
this
quick.
necessarily, but my English teacher.
Right.
This is when I was kind of a dick. My English teacher in college was like, if you were late, she would lock the door. But I remember, I don't know if I told you about it,
Savage.
but she would, because I paid for
I
these.
do remember that, I think.
I paid for these classes myself. I paid for them, and I was like, oh, I was so pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember walking in, and I was 15 seconds late. She looks at me and shuts her door. And you know what I did? I went, boom, 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 on the window right next to the door. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, hey, the door's locked. Boom, 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 boom. And I did that for oh my God, for like 10 minutes straight. And people in the hallway, hey, you can't be disrupting class. I was like, oh, this is my class, you know. And I was just a dick about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh my God, I fucking walked in there. She failed me, by the way. I wonder why.
Nice.
Yeah.
No shit.
And they have that power. I did all my
Yeah.
assignments. And yeah, so I banged on the door, fucking walked in there, and I was like, God, leave me out in the hallway like that. You know, I was a dick. And then,
Mm-hmm.
actually it was 2 days later. She failed me. She actually booted me from the class because,
This is community college?
oh yeah, had to be because of that. I knew it because I had one assignment that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like the first assignment, and then she just handed it back to me. She said, hey, it's just not clear. And I said, but I followed all the criteria. I remember everything was perfect. And then she said, yeah, I just don't think this is going to work, and I have to give you a 0 on it. And I was like, so I turned it in, and I remember just being like, so I turned it in, you're not even going to give me any percentage. I was like, nothing. Not even 1%, because I handed you the paper, 5% of it's done? No, she's nothing. She's like, it's just not, it doesn't mean anything. I'm like, so the paper isn't worth anything. You know, so whole argument,
Yeah.
and then fucking she
Said,
booted
get
me.
the fuck out of there.
She booted. She straight up was, yeah, I just failed.
Yeah.
You come back next semester. And I'm like, there's half a semester left. I'm like, what is this? So, yeah. And I was a dick for a while.
Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, sum it up.
What's something you're
Yeah.
glad you did?
What's your thing? Yep.
A couple of things that I did is one that I was really happy I did was I just stayed exactly who I was no matter what. I never
oh, yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
I never
My boy wear the same thing every fucking day.
Respect.
Yeah,
For
like that-
4 years straight, it was flannel, Converse,
It was like-
jeans.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
that was
Oh,
that
to
was
everybody.
it. Yeah, it was a fuck you because like literally like it was like that was a
It
fun
was
thing.
such a strong. You did that so strong
Better than anyone.
Yeah.
that even my unmature ass still noticed it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same with me.
and teachers noticed it too, and teachers started doing it.
That's
and
true. I do
that was
remember
hilarious.
yeah, they.
Yeah, like one of the teachers was like, because like I would wear a flannel, blue jeans, and Converse or cowboy boots.
Yep.
And the reason why I would always do that is because I didn't like being a logo.
Right.
I
Yeah.
saw all the highlighter fuckers
That's a
with
cool
like
thing.
Nike slides and fucking these fucking Adidas sweatshirts and shit like that, and I was like,
No.
Big
I don't
billboard.
want you to know what brand of anything I'm wearing.
That's the coolest thing a lot because
Yeah. That was my
like-
mentality, and so I just stuck with it, and I stayed true to that. I acted the same way, and like, it's interesting how high school goes. So if a high schooler listens to this, like, don't be worried about it, because like,
Right.
I was with the dweeby nerds, and first thing in high school, like, I was with the special assistance program with you guys, and Tanner was my only friend. I didn't change a single
crazy.
thing about my whole entire lifestyle, and I went from that to having friends in the nerds, to having friends in the sports teams.
Yeah.
I had friends in the theater crew. I had the degenerates,
you were mellow.
and I had the auto class. I had plenty of groups everywhere.
You were mellow unless somebody
Yeah.
fucked with you.
Yeah, and I didn't do a fucking
Every
thing.
time.
I didn't bother anybody. I didn't fuck with anything. I just stayed to myself, and I did my own thing.
Yep.
And I'm happy that I never let myself change
Yeah, that's
for
huge.
to fit in with somebody else. Like, I never was somebody different in gym class to make everybody like me.
You ever? That's very good. And I was gonna say two things. Do you ever meet other people that they acted different around other people?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Mhm.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it was like you,
Like,
and then you start questioning. You're like, do you not give a fuck about our friendship? Because that's not how you act with that kid.
yeah,
You only act like that with that kid. You don't act like that with this
Or do you
kid.
not give a fuck about
So
them?
it's like this
Yeah.
friendship, or do you not give a fuck about that friendship? Like, what's going on here? I was just the same dude no matter what. And like, yeah, I was invited to absolutely nothing. And then like ending senior year, fucking drunk off my fucking ass, fucking with strep throat, fucking falling asleep on the fucking floor of this
God.
giant fucking party at after prom.
oh,
That was
God.
fucking cool. And
was that
what
at,
not? Wesley.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was there for
Man.
about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was a lit.
mentally or
That was a lit
No,
fucking
I
party.
never drink. I had to drive my date back home
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
Man.
night.
Yeah, I showed up, not drunk, got very drunk, hitting my vape, this and that. Didn't share with anybody because I was getting over strep throat. And then I wake up on a different floor of the building without my shoes, without my belt, without my dress shirt on, and just laying on the couch with 3 other people around me. And then I like just wander around. Everyone's asleep, stumble around, find my keys that the parents hid because they were good parents and they were hiding every kid's keys that showed up. They were like, you can drink, but you can't have your fucking keys. It was in a fucking drawer in the kitchen like everybody
very
else.
Smart, though.
Yeah, in the same place as everybody hides it, in one of the fucking silverware drawer of the kitchen. But anyway, and this and that, and then like fucking I go to school and everyone's like, what the fuck did you do? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, 6 girls have strep throat. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's fucking right there.
That's weird. I don't remember. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, so like I went from nothing to doing all this shit and getting invited to those things, and I didn't change a single thing. So I'm really happy I didn't change.
It's a good model just for anybody.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I was
school.
really happy with, which also it's like challenges make you better, is I was always like, I started pushing myself to always have uncomfortable things to do. Like I was a weak little pussy bitch. All of elementary school, all of middle school, would cry over anything, would complain, would be just a weak little kid that would do nothing. And like could not stand up for himself against a fucking fly.
Right.
And then I was like getting into like auto shop, and I did, people are going to joke at this, but airsoft, but like literally doing nothing and just crying over anything, to go into airsoft and getting shot in the face and then people laughing about it and then being cool with it. It's a fucking big step and stuff like that.
Do you ever do airsoft?
I fucked around with airsoft guns, but I never played.
Fucked around.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got suspended for it.
Shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
got
yeah.
suspended.
Besides that sticker.
Yeah. So it's like,
I
pushing
forgot.
myself into uncomfortable situations. It made me better, made me stronger, made me able to stand up for myself even more. And that made it even easier for myself to do what I did, which no one else did in high school. Like, I don't think there was a single person in high school that had the same I will not be a logo for anything thought as I did.
There can't be.
No, I know.
There
I was
can't be.
flexing. I always had Nike shoes.
Yeah, like I fucking hated
I
that
was
shit.
always-
Like people that tried to show off that shit.
I don't do
I think it
anymore,
was
but-
mostly because I was poor and I was
Yeah.
like, I can't afford Adidas and Nike,
Get
so
you.
I'm gonna fucking hate
I'm
anybody
gonna
that
go
shows
all
off.
the way to this end. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have fucking flannels, and like literally the only thing that you could figure out is if you looked at the button and it was like, oh, Field and Stream, and like
Yeah.
if I fucking took off my flannel and you could see like, oh, Wrangler pants or something like that, but they were such small logos
Right.
that were so easily to be hidden or unreadable.
Yeah.
It was like no one knows what I'm fucking wearing. No one knows, and that's how I like it.
That's how it should be. I feel like the older we are, that we don't care now. Like, look at us. Look at what we're wearing. Look at me.
Doesn't matter.
This fucking thing, dude.
Fuck it. I'll never forget that first time getting shot with an airsoft gun.
Oh, me neither.
Oh,
I got shot in my back multiple times.
Back?
Yeah.
That's
my
brutal.
buddy.
I got shot in the thigh, right in the inside. Oh, come on, bro. What's happening, bro? Not as. Oh, it stopped recording. Fuck. You bitch.
Too long.
I deleted a bunch, but
It's all good.
It was too long.
So good. Well, it can end like that. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that was actually a really good podcast, especially
It was pretty good.
Switching over from fucking sucking Gatorade titties to fucking
That was something. That was an old school episode there for us.
that was a very old school fucking, very different to very heavy.
Yes, seriously. So, yes, we'll end it there. But, yes, good episode. Episode 77
We're still recording?
on the fucking voice.
I didn't say goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking
fault.
audio, the video.
Yeah, it stopped recording.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
I know.
Damn it.
So good.
It made it pretty far.
no.
though.
Well, I guess you guys are just looking at the logo right now. Or something.
Yeah, I'll figure it out
Yeah.
tomorrow. But,
Fuck it.
so, yeah, thanks for listening and watching, you guys, for
Yep.
most of it. The
It's a long one.
computer said fuck you at the end, but that's fine. We needed to end it anyways. So,
Yep.
good episode. Let us know if you have any topic ideas and stuff want us to talk about or dive deeper into like we did on this episode. Yeah, let us know. Dilly, drink. What would you say out of 10?
If I were,
I like the pub beer.
yeah,
True.
it's all right. It's good. Cane sugar. So for a soda, like 7.
That's so high.
You
4.
think?
Yeah.
4.
Straight up cream soda would have been better.
Yeah, I think cream soda would have been better.
Just straight up
I
cream
think
soda.
pub beer
All
7.
right, it's just sugary.
Cream
Like,
soda 4.
I'm still gonna stick with 7.
All right, sounds
But-
good. Well, see you guys later.
Okay, all right,
Later,
see
y'all.
ya.
Peace. Later, y'all. See you next week.